Yeah, okay. So to send a file, so if you were working on Elan files, you might have, say for example, and share this, oops. So say you had working on your Elan files and you had them set up, and if you have a Mac and you update your operating system right now, I think it'll be incompatible with Elan for a week or so. Basically, you'll have this EAF file, then you'll have a video file, and then probably an audio file. That audio file has to be 16-bit in order for Elan to see the little wavelengths. So when you're setting it up, make sure that it is 16-bit. And if you're sending it to me to look at, all you have to send is this EAF file, which is very small. And then I'll just drop that into the same folder that I have, and then it will automatically grab the audio and the video. So you don't have to share the audio and the video with me, just this transcription file, which should be very small when you email it. So you would just attach that EAF file itself.
Um, where are you? Like, I don't know where to find
That EAF file.
the EAF
where is
file,
it?
though, where it is.
Okay, so yeah, so if you, so depending on how you were to do this, let me walk through a few steps here. Hold on. So let's say you went to this folder. So here's the Elan folder. And then, so however you took care of this, so you'd be looking at this online, if you picked, Ḳeixwnéi, Ḥeixwnéi. So as you look at this, and if you're going to do work on these Elan files, you could download this whole folder if you wanted to. You should be able to. Let me see. So here's Ḳeixwnéi, and you can select download and just download this whole folder. And so if I were to do that, there's quite a few things in there, but that's how you'd get the video and the audio and everything. And then wherever I saved that, then I would just keep track of where I'm working on that. It might be stay in your download folder or wherever it's sort of putting it. But there's a few things to sort of keep track of. So basically, I would recommend putting this somewhere where you could find it, so that however you're setting up your Elan files locally, whether you're downloading them from here or you're setting them up yourself, so that you do have a folder you can find, whether it's in My Documents, Dropbox, or a Google Drive, or whatever you're using. I suggest having a folder that says Elan, and then a folder that's organized by perhaps speaker. At least that's how I do it. And if there's pairs of them, then you just put them both down. And then you sort of just go from there. But then it could end up getting fairly long with a lot of stuff in there. And you might have one speaker, and then you'll have, so here's Bert Dennis, and then I have these two different tapes. And so sometimes I'll just name them after the tape. Sometimes I'll name them after the story. It depends. So the big thing is keeping that sort of organized on your end. And then whenever you open Elan, it's working off the file, so I could sort of do that. And if I just double click this, it should open in Elan. It might crash right now. So now I have it in Elan. And the video is a little off on this one. So then I would save this, and wherever I'm working on this, and if I'm not sure, if you click Save As, it should show you where the file is that you're saving it to. So if you somehow get a little mixed up and you have multiple versions, pushing the Save As sometimes will show you where you need to be looking for that file. And then that's where you'd go to. So if you were writing an email, then you would go to your Elan file and to the one that you're working on, and then select that EAF, and that's what you would attach. Okay.
Uh,
Ḳeixwnéi, I can't get into my Elan for a while. Did you just say that might be because my computer updated or something?
Yeah, if you're working on a Mac, the most recent update, so if you go to About This Mac, and then it will show you the version that you're running. And so that's where you would, and if you're running 10.4.4, if it just updated in the last week, there's something that's causing a crash. And so the workaround to that crash for now is a little bit, it's not too hard right now. I'm pretty sure there'll just be a new Elan version coming out because a lot of people do use Mac. But if you go to the Elan download, and here's Elan for Mac, and if you go down and you see this Elan 5.4 with this foundation player, that one will work. It looks like there's a bit of a lag with the video when you first open it up, but that one will work because the other one, Elan, will open, but then when you try to open a file, it'll just crash. And so not quite sure what's going on with that. And a quick recap, so here's the Elan folder. I'll probably send you guys links to this. And then basically if you're working on a speaker, and I don't think I've set up, I'll make sure I set up aadé. Maybe I'll just do that right now. But if you're working on a particular speaker, so you can go into, as you browse through these Elan files that are set up for our class, like for example, here's Harry Bremner, and then I go in and, oh, that just has the audio. Okay, it doesn't have the Elan. I could set that up. But for example, if we did ʼéidáx and ʼéidáx, so the three files that you need are the WAV file, the video file, and the EAF file, which I don't even see one for this one. What the heck? Okay, bad examples. Taka maybe? Okay, so here's an EAF, but what I would recommend is, so here's the folder Taka, is I would recommend download and just download that whole folder and keep that folder somewhere where you're going to be able to find it. So depending on how your computer is set up, it's probably going to go to some specific download folder. Then you could drag that into whatever your working files are, My Documents, Dropbox, Google Drive, whatever you're working in. And then you work from that file locally, and then when you're ready to send it in so that we can look at it as a group, which we should probably start doing from time to time, not to look at everything, but to look at some things where you might be getting stuck in some areas. Then the only thing you need to send me is the EAF file, unless I don't have the video and audio that you're working from. Other questions?
I didn't catch where to find the Elan files. I was a little late logging on.
Okay. Yeah, so I think I sent you guys links to them. If I haven't sent you a link, that means we might not be on the same page yet as far as setting it up. I think for you, you were going to do Mary Anderson. Is that correct?
Right. Yes.
So let me try and find that. I think I did download it. Yeah. So let me set that up while we're doing this. So let's see. So under Elan, I want a folder called Mary Anderson.
Are you going to send a link also? Because I can't seem to find
Yes, I'll send you a
what
link.
you're looking at.
Yeah, because I don't think this is a public link. So let me set this up and then I will, I'll send you the link right now. So I'm just exporting the audio. So we'll have that both the audio and the video, and then I'll show you how to set up the Elan file.
If I drop off in about 10 or 15 minutes, it's because I've got a commission meeting.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got these two set up. So what I'm going to do is go to Elan, and I can close this one. So when I'm looking at Elan, if I select New File, I'm going to add media. That's step one. And so the media that I'm going to add, you have to do the audio first. So that's the WAV file. It should be a WAV file. And then I'm going to add the video file, which would be the MP4 usually. And then I'll say OK. And there is a next step. Let's see. Oh, maybe I missed it. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so I'm going to go New, add media file, do the WAV, add media file, do the movie, add template file. And I do have this template that Yatu team made for us 3 years ago. It's great, and so I can send that to you guys. But once you click OK, now it's all set up, including your two tiers here that are linked together. And so let me stop this and then let me turn the audio on. And then I'll send you the link to this ʼéidáx.
Oh, yake, yake.
Atuguf. Well, yes, Jidawa hot to the Joahasaka Hastuk.
See, so with this version, like if you're watching it, the videos,
Joahasaka Hastuk.
it's pretty jumpy. So a new version should be coming out, I would guess, sometime next week. So sometimes when there's some of these upgrades for a Mac, sometimes they're pretty significant upgrades, and they cause a bit of a hiccup. And then let me send that link to you, Ḳeixwnéi.
Goodness, sheesh.
Anybody else need help getting their files set up? If it's everybody set up or not set up? Let's see.
I have a question.
Ah,
So every time I open Elan, there's this message saying, would you like to update to something? I forget what it is, if it's 5.4. And I usually just say no. But just because I'm working on something and I don't want to lose it. But yeah, is that, what do you do?
yeah. So usually it'll tell you if there's a new version of Elan. And so usually you can go to, like if you go to the About Elan section here, that should tell you, so here's 5.4, and then you might go to the Elan webpage and see which one they have. And so it's really just telling you probably that there's a new version of Elan. And so that's the first thing I'd check, and I would usually just keep it up to date.
Okay.
I remember one of the best changes that this software had is it used to be when you entered something, like you enter some text here, like if we just grab this, we'll listen to it.
Guasasakash. Guasasakash.
Maybe something like this. Wasach Wakash. And then you can hit enter now, But in the past, if you hit enter, it would all disappear. You had to hit like shift enter or something. So sometimes you'd type it all, you'd listen, 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 type it all out, and then you'd hit enter and it would all disappear. It's frustrating. Okay, any other thoughts or questions?
I just have questions about words I don't know. I don't know how to look up.
Okay.
But I'm sure everybody has questions like that.
Do you have anything specifically?
Yeah. So from Ḳeixwnéi she says,
You want to email me that file? And I can just open it here. But I can also see if I've got it. Did I send you a link to that?
on the Google Drive.
Okay. What's the time marker?
It's by the beginning, but
5.5, is that what you said?
um, 22 seconds.
Right here?
Adulkakayu and Penny.
That last part on
Adulkakayu and Penny.
APINI. I don't know what that is.
It's Ekwasatin Kuchek. Okay, so what do you have so far?
Adawuk kak ayu dashuch yu on APINI.
Adabut Kach.
Ayu dashuch you on APINI. That's what I heard, but I don't.
And Penny. And Penny.
Yeah.
And I got the first part out of like war,
Mm-hmm.
like for war kind of.
Yep.
Ayu dashuch, shoot just bathing, right? And but the last part I couldn't find anywhere.
Okay. Let's go see if we can find it.
Oh, it's right there. I had it as 2 words.
Yeah, oh,
Oh, with a T.
yeah. Antini. So I think this, and this dictionary is set up alphabetically so that even if it is 2 words, it'll still appear in the same alphabetical order
Okay.
as a compound, which is pretty cool. Yeah, Antini is, it literally means like seated on the land, plural people, and that means the people of the village.
Okay.
I guess that would be the village people, for like the band.
So I still don't really. I was kind of struggling with the translation of that.
Okay, so let's take a look. Adawut, oh, let me make this larger. I'm sure folks online can't see it at all. Okay. So we have folks. Adawut kach ayu dashuchu antqini. I'll check my tones here.
Adulkakayu and
Oops.
Adulkakayu and Penny.
That woot is high tone. Yeah.
Okay.
They bathe, but not really like bathing, like but going into the water for strength.
Yeah.
prepare for war.
So there's a lot of people who see dashuch as really being not bathing, but soaking for strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For war, soaking for strength. The village people.
Yeah.
How would you put it together?
Like the village people bathed for strength to prepare for war.
Yeah. I would probably say bathe instead of bathed.
Mm-hmm.
It could go either way. It's really kind of um, a somewhere between a verb and a noun, perhaps, right? Yeah, and so it's really interesting too to see what you end up doing. You end up flipping the word order, and this is something that you're gonna
Yeah.
think about all the time. And it's a personal decision because you could say for war, they would bathe the people of the village, right? But it's just sort of it's a personal decision, and every translator is gonna just sort of think about that and think about that decision. Anybody else got any thoughts on that one?
So are you talking about in cold water?
Yeah, dashuch is usually, but it could mean to bathe as well. I've heard fluent speakers who use it for taking a bath, but I think depending on on the context, like if you're talking about getting ready for war, like they're not just getting in the shower, right? That's talking about going out and soaking in the icy waters for strength. But that's dashuch. That's really what I think dashuch is.
So this was done for like endurance to cold water, so they stayed in for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then they would get out and they would hit each other with some of these different branches, depending on where you were and what you were doing, to bring the blood back to the surface of the skin and also to strengthen the skin. So, okay.
Yeah.
Others?
Another sentence.
Okay.
30 seconds. 30 and a half seconds.
Okay.
Hindak ka adinawa. Hindak ka adinawa.
So hindah kaga adin awe. I was having trouble with that verb.
Ka adinawa. Hindak ka adinawa. Hindak ka adinawa. Hindak ka adinawa. Hoko ʼéidáx.
And did you get that one?
Yes. Hukka kanashkidexiti. Like he was poor.
Mm-hmm. So he was poor.
Hindak ka adinawa.
So for the dakaga adi, I was thinking that the verb root is that adi,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be like ought, is the verb root, maybe?
Yes.
And that one, there's just so many variations of that verb root. I didn't know how to find the specific one.
Hindak ka adinawa.
The last part is pretty interesting. Let me see if I can turn it up.
Adinawa.
In there at the end or something.
What's that?
Sounds like there's an N in there, like at the end.
Yeah.
Hindak ka adinawa. Kadujixídi. 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 Hindak ka adinawa.
What do you guys think here? So you also have the ability to slow it down a little bit.
ʼéidáx Deano.
I would probably say this. And then there's quite a bit of stuff going on in here.
ʼéidáx Deano.
Maybe. That's probably where I would start. Some of these, and when you really start doing this work, you got to have some pretty all right headphones, and especially if you're going to be doing this for hours at a time, something that's pretty comfortable, in a place that's pretty quiet where you can focus. Sometimes you got to say, okay, I got to move on. I'll come back to that one later, because sometimes you just look around it and it helps you get the context. But so then we've got like
Adúr Ḳeixwnéi de siúd an Ḳeixwnéi.
So the people of the village would bathe for strength to prepare for war.
Hokoag an kadujixídi.
He's a poor man.
ʼéidáx Deano.
That's probably what I am hearing. It would be easy to say that in awe is in there as well. As far as a translation,
ʼéidáx Deano.
what I think this is there's this thing sometimes you'll hear, they'll say dach or daq, which means each of them. So hin dach daqaqa atin awa. The way I would probably translate that is when they all came out of the water. And then
Kadujixídi.
put it like that. What do you have for that?
Look is to laugh. So people laughed at him, or people. I don't know.
Kadujixídi.
Yeah.
Kadujixídi.
Sure sounds like what shkalneek would call a back K on there. And so sort of a starting point is going, so there to laugh, oops, I put that W in the wrong spot.
Kadujixídi.
Like people were always laughing at other people. And so it's got what sounds like two fourth persons, both the object and the subject. We can certainly look at this and see if there's a shuk that has a q on the front of it, which maybe there is.
Where do you get at other people? Ḳeixwnéi?
Because this is this laughing, and it could be ka. There could be something there.
Kadujixídi.
To me, it sounds like the fourth person, because you could say ʼéidáx. People laugh at me all the time. So when you put an object in for this laughing, the object is the one that's being laughed at in the transitive version of this verb. So you could say ʻéidáx, don't laugh at me. Forgive me for laughing at you. And so that's how the laughter one works. Like we'll look up that verb. So we'll go down to shuk. Because you can have with the ut in front of it, and that means just to laugh. But once there's an object, you're laughing at the object. So here's khashuk, ashuk, and so that's why there's the letter A. So laughing at him, her, it. So in this, we're getting here the perfective. So ushukch, khwashukch. So I would expect khudishukch is we're getting that people always laugh at people. But then sometimes you're going to get like a pretty literal translation. As you work on the rest of the story, you might come back and sort of revisit that and just see if from the context, is there a different way to look at it?
What verb root to look for?
What's that?
I didn't know what verb root to look for. Because I'm hearing underline KOOL underline pinched X IS.
Ist.
So ace. And swollen. It's the only.
Ist. I think it's there. I think it sounds like a X apostrophe. Ist. Das sage ich gewusst. Ist. Yeah, this is what it sounds like to me. Oops. Oops. That's CH. Ist. Oops. I don't know what that would be.
If you look on page 341, I could be totally off base here, but there's a verb underlined X that is whip, eh? Would that be maybe if they're right at the top of the page?
What page number was it?
341.
Oh, right there. Chisht.
Maybe not, eh?
Maybe. So maybe we're looking at this.
Koelkast.
No, I think you got it. Okay. Does he have this one? I don't know if it's related. Yes, yeah. Okay.
Go up a bit because he's got, just go up a bit because he's got something about whipping it for strength, eh? The
Oh, yeah?
verb, I think.
Oh, right there. Ḥeixwnéi. Ḥeixwnéi. Yeah. Okay. So there it is with the pine branches. Let's see if it comes back with this. So it should be this one right here, which we see brushing it off with, you know, a whisk or a broom, but that would also be to hit with those sticks probably. So this one right here. Okay. Kadujixídi. Xish. Oops, I dropped the H. So it should be kadujixídi. Kadujixídi. Right? There's a C.
Koelkast.
People
Yeah.
always hit themselves with branches,
Yeah. Well, you'd say,
or
I guess I would say, yeah, people, and it's tough, you know, whether we want to get these always on there. So there's people, and this one is interesting because there's no subject here. So I would probably just say, um, people are hit with branches to strengthen their skin. And so this is where it gets really interesting too, is sometimes your translations are going to get really long. And especially if you come in, and this shows us a really amazing verb that you probably don't hear a whole lot. And there's probably some speakers out there who say, well, you guys just aren't growing up with it, right? But then this is how we sort of rediscover, and I really like this, the collective sort of listening, thinking about it, looking in the dictionaries and trying to find it. And I'm sure if we did go to a speaker, they'd probably tell us what it was.
there's nothing in the verb that says that, like that you would hit yourself with it.
No, because you would have chush in front of it. So the ways that they used to do this is you would get out, and then it was usually your uncle who is done being tough. So he's just there to toughen you up. So he would hit you when you got out of the water. Yeah, and so this one is same with, so there are some of these where the verb has, like this one has a CH ending, but it switches to an SH regularly. So ḥeixwnéi, when it gets that T, and what the T is doing there is it's one of these repetitive things, and what the T does in this instance is it's happening a bunch of times in one instance. So just like the KW will also do the same thing. So when you say deusk, washing, it's the same thing because it's a bunch of little motions. So that KW and this T for these types of motion verbs, you know, often say that there's this repetitive action that's going on during the act itself.
Jeez.
Yak H eat woo. Any others on here?
I was just thinking earlier where it says people, what does it say? People are laughing at people or something?
Yeah.
Well, there's that line in the other story or the other version where it's their voices always sounded happy when they went down to the sea.
Oh yeah. So we can, yeah, that's a good point, is we can go into Hashuka. Oops, if we can get there. And come on. And we can go and see if some of these things, because especially, like, she knows these stories, but she was probably really informed by a lot of things that they had. So I think this one is Sagu Yachkaya Yikti Achchi Nuch Hinde Ya An Ati. And so as a sentence, there's a lot of great stuff that's going on in this sentence. So Sagu Yach, like happiness. Ka Yayik. Yayik is the sound that something makes. Duachchi, people hear it. And then duach could also mean it makes a sound, right? Nooch, and so then duachchi nooch, like always, and then it already has the ch built into it. But sometimes the ch just means, it can mean the difference between hearing and understanding sometimes. Hinde ya ana ati. So this one, ya ana ati, is people are going down. You know, hinde ya ana ati, people are going down into the water. So the thing to remember here is, for a lot of these motion verbs, the fourth person for a motion verb is also, it's an object. That's the letter A, just like the third person object that pops up sometimes. So you could just say awagut, people walked there. And so it's just one of those interesting sort of things to remember. Okay. Yeah, and so we can also look through here and see what he has too. And we might find some things that are also being used in this story. Okay. Yeah, and kadujixídi. And there's always moments where you might just sort of, the practice that we usually do is we'll just put, like, either here, like if we say, I'm pretty sure I can hear it, but this is what I think it means, and you just put 2 question marks in a row. And that just means, I'm not sure. That's my guess, but that's an area we might want to go look at. Because then, as you share these Elan files with whoever might be, if someone's coordinating like a project or something, then you can, what am I trying to say? I lost my thought. But then they can go through and just find the double question marks, and they can go through and just find those spots and see if they hear it. Okay. Sheesh. Anybody else got any questions and stuff you're working on?
I heard a cool word from Nasahash today. You know that word sometimes, wanganese.
Ah.
He said it a little different today. I'm wondering if you ever heard it. I just put it in the group chat, but it's wanganese.
Huh. No. And so that's really interesting, because I know Ḳeixwnéi was typing it as 2 words, and saying that the one qanins is probably same, like, one anisa way. It's a similar type of thing. The other way that I've heard some inland speakers say it is wa yati. Some of them will say that as opposed to the other ones that we're hearing. One qanīs. I haven't heard that one yet, so that's really interesting. And to think of how these, the wa is obviously there, and what's interesting is I think you hear ma yati from a lot of Teslan speakers, but if they're going to say one qanīns, maybe they might say, I don't know if they'd say man qanīns. I think it would stay with the W maybe. Huh. You okay?
Then he also used ahua gao for sometimes. I don't know if that's the right spell.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought wanganese was kind of cool.
Yeah. Ahua on its own is some of them. So there's lots of different ways you could use that. You could be talking about objects, subjects, some of those people. Some of those people, they understand Tlingit. And then to pair it with the Gao is really neat. The other thing that I had heard, and maybe you'll ask him, maybe you can ask him this, how would you say, the first time I saw it? And I guess we got to think of some example, like the first time I saw Skagway or something like that, because we're getting a couple different versions on the coast from speakers, and one of them was Yi Scow Ausatini. So that's a Yi Scow for the first time. Sometimes people would say Shugu'a, and then other times there was one Kesh, oh, I'd probably have to look it up. Kesh du Yach Unchsatinen, maybe. Uchsatinen, maybe. So sometimes they're using Yiskau, sometimes they're using Shugu'a, and sometimes they were using the negative perfective habitual. So you'd say Kesh Uchsatinch. So you could say Heshtu Yach Uchsatinch. She never saw anybody like him. I saw that one for a story that we were working on. And then similar to that with this perfective habitual, you could use that to talk about things like if someone's talking about food, like on the coast there's a thing called a lady slipper. And if someone was talking about that, you could say kadujixídi, like I haven't eaten it. But it's not like I don't eat it, but I just haven't eaten it yet. And so using these negative perfective habituals are pretty neat. Like I haven't gone to sleep yet, I haven't read it yet, I haven't done my homework yet, you know. But then another cool thing that we're seeing from speakers is like if you take the one to be born or to exist, and for the negative perfective habitual, you're seeing teach. So there's a couple of steps that we can look at here. I probably have to make a document for this one. So if we do a side by side, and I'll show you a document on how these things, we're seeing these things get put together. So we go over and we say Klesh teach. And so this one, there's a couple things to note here as we look at this verb. One is that there's two versions of this verb, right? So we can say chet kudzati, right? I was born. Or you could say kuchzati. And they have the same meaning, but in the imperfective, that one would be to exist and one would be to live. And so they do have different uses and different meanings. So you could say, yeah, it exists. It's something that exists. But if they say live a good life, they're going to use the one that has the embedded subject into it, right? Ayach kokasti. Kokakasti is the hortative verb of this, which we hear from Cyril. So if we took the subject version of this, and this one, Carrie's work shows the object version. But so if I said klesh, and then to change this to first person, that becomes the underlined K. And we'll see this with a lot of hortatives, right? So if you just said, let me exist, you would say or kukakasti, or kukakasti, sorry, the second one should change to underlined K. So kesh kukastich would mean I haven't been born yet. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But then we saw this other thing where you could put ch in front of it. The tesh or hesh or tish will contract to the letter L, and then you'll have ʻéidáx. And this is a little bit different. Anybody know how to interpret this one? ʻéidáx. So we would, for this one, we'd have she, he has not been born yet.
Haven't died yet?
Not quite. So this would be I have not been born yet. And so this is a similar meaning, but it just does something a little bit different. And it's before I was born. So, ʻéidáx. And so this is something that you can, and you could theoretically use this with other negative perfective habituals. So if you wanted to really get fancy with some of your speech, you could say some of those things like, before I went there, or something, something. But it's a pretty big way to do things. It's not something that I hear very often, but there seems to be a pattern there with that where it just sort of pushes it into this other sort of realm of meaning. Okay. Ow. Looks like my sentence. Okay. Yakeyuhan. Good stuff. So, I thought we should, maybe for this part of class, the last part of class, unless anybody has any other questions, go back into the Kaasgéiy ʼéidáx. And we should pick which one we want to do next. So maybe we'll do this for a while, and then we'll talk about what to do after this one. And I think you could certainly circle areas to talk about later, but maybe we should just read it out loud for a while. And we can read the English, but this will give us all a chance to just do some Tlingit reading, think about like the pace of the story and the way she's doing things. And then we'll stop when there's, I don't know, we'll do this for about 15 minutes, then we'll stop and just see if anybody has any questions, and we'll talk about what the next steps are. So I think here he elbowed that canoe open. Dach. It was trying to bite. It bites over people. That's one of the ways that Ďáth'fhcéic kills his nephews. And then we start off here. So let me get a few things ready. So I would say we should just pick someone to start, read until you're tired, and just say ʼéidáx, and then we'll have the next person read. Okay, anybody want to go first? Okay, shkalneek. Oh, good.
Tle a ʼéidáx ke ua gut tle. Tle at ositan du shkalneek na ʼéidáx we dach kua tle kakwaqwatl. Ha wasuetu ye sine. Ha cha ha kakwaqwatl. Ha yude nagu yu as. Yuchdak ua astech. Nalkich adach. Nalkich. Tlech at ua gut. Tlech shkalneek ausitan aadé. Tlech ga goed awe tlech ya ayik asiwe in awu we as. He tlech we ashtade awe yak dagich you a hoti we us. Tle du dadach awe kaskut we in. Chayak awe hutleke outligich. Itka.
Was gat. Chayak away hu ke outligich. Klewe ka tsu awawa aguwa hut kleke outligich atsu. Klewu tlik. Good away na yadu ishana hwai hwalligich you us. On away do tu yewune. You kiss ku kayak ku you ka tuwu anak adenagu aga adach da kla klay you ashyang saka klay nak shaki ka away at gutut uwa gut klay tsu we yuk satan we yuk satan yach kasatan we as she as yadi away tsu aga away klay aadé an wugut klay wugudi away ye ayausaka we nak shkagilha nak shkagilha klay away gausigenk we nak klay ashawa kech klay dak awush kiti klay yadu chikshach away ayausaki klay yudu kak hidide klay hedi ashuatani away klay anach nel awa hich it cha
Okay. Ye do tlitzin, he tchoha.
Aadé ʼéidáx chacha. Snílwat chana. Clewedu cock. Na yadu we knock. Cle aadé nail awachiji teen awe. Ya shana hick we do hidi do in awe. Hey hagu gonde naste we knock. Gone. Okay. Ha chas cha ihu kat. Gonde naste chas achtuwa ushko. Ha klewe yan shana hick we knock. We do hidi. Awe cle ach ausitan do ik ai shkagil ha knock. Cle you ayosaka. Cle ye shkanal hain. Cle shawak ek so. Cle you oot a dot gut awe at ke alsi ek I ye aadé ke a shall chut tle. Aga awe tlell aadé ye unach Ţingit ye. A yis ant uanuk wedu keilk. Awe tle ye a yausaka awe kwa. Ne cha kri a itcha.
Yik shkalneek itqoha.
Okay. Ḳeixwnéi ʻéidáx. Ḳeixwnéi ʻéidáx ʻá'ís. Ḳeixwnéi ʻéidáx aga awe tle tlak awe. Ḳeixwnéi kawada we kis. Awe tlas awe ʼé aadé ʻnaxhtigiidi ye. Du tlak we naslé ʼéidáx. ʼéidáx awe a chant gut. We anak gut we du tla. Awe tle du saksi awe. A shall se tlek. Ne is cha tlek se yan ʻéidáx. Cha tlek se yan ʻéidáx. Yu ealsika. Cha dat at ye. Ḳeixwnéi. Cha ayach awe tle yewuti we kis. It.
Yik shkuyel itqoha.
Tlallaq away you did tlachan. Our talk were gart ut. At jinis quanch. Idat tlelli at qusti gart ut. Wasiat une. Awetla awet up. Tla awet uq inowe. Ashanya adak. Akawas el tlewaqaw. Tledu tlachande. Qin. You akua qeg. Atli. Shakwat eat. Yallingit ani. Hagu. You ayasiqadu tla. Hagu. Du chawe aqaq you at ku aqku khawe. Qis awe khur. Achawe. Shakwat eat. Yallingit ani. Uch.
Yik chish itqoha.
Yagach tuch dach ge. Yagach duge tuch dach ge. A yachawe tle a tuch awe dach uagut. Wagach duge. Chaya lingit anika kat. Igach klatit. Tlashwasa ikwane. You ayawsika. Chaya lingit anikat. Igach klatit. Tlashwasa ikwane. Qa awetsu play a kuch with the gut yan a snake idane ha guk de a peeps kuna ye ikada de chaya ach kak aadé at ku abu ye kuna ye ikata aqa awetle kuna ye kawada we kids tle ya Tlingit ane awe ya shana it aadé na lach sigide yehu ka weyeg wasa ushke Ḳeixwnéi wana nesawe kadujixídi yutuditan kadujixín kadujixídi awe kindachun kleyu awe awelde pin yaduslu awe tude ye wune we tude achawe you wu yikt awe ushlik hukka shawat it ya Tlingit ane tle ayu kaasgéiy wasakshi ye adyati kolye una llain gia guade ak at wulqeqe kun sakshi a uaxi yak awe ha du tu qa awe ya wula de
Okay. Ilchish Yuhan. Yisukuke dasawe yata. Saks. Dasawe tle ḳeixwnéi saks. Qanin swatua ach. Saks ḳeixwnéi.
Bow and arrow.
Ye awe. Saks qua dasawe.
Bow.
Ye awe. Qa yatatsu. Ya dasatsu awe saks. Helchis bow. Saks aya. Dacha akach aya would do a saw.
Is that also the word for you?
Ye awe. YEW. Dekina yuchatangitsu chishugusai aya yu bow, like bow and arrow. So my guess is all bows were made out of yew wood. At least that's the preferred wood for it. It sounds like you'd have to go pretty far south, I think, for it. I don't know if you find it in the northern areas very much. Okay, anything you guys wanted to talk about through that? And that story, it took us quite a while to read. If you want to listen to it, it only takes a minute or so. I don't know. It's pretty fast. It goes pretty fast. Okay, well, let's listen to her, and then I'll scroll through as she tells the story. Let me find it. Here it is. Oh, I don't know if it's all subtitles.
Trianas Ḳeixwnéi Cretu dosa kuyel kakua. Trianas Ḳeixwnéi Riat Kewat in what the cocked in كيو تاخذ تكوقها وتتوقعك تشجع وتتلاقى خوية تانا ويقص كوقي قوة جوانا سوتا قل يو تقخ وشاوت تأتلن قاخ أولوش تاشكتها الثقة ويشو الثقة واسوتو قيقها شاوت أو تأتين وهي خواهن أسخات خيوتن سلوك أيو تاشتين هتو أي خواهن وأكو خات قياتن هايو أخاكو يقص كوقيك أخيكو يقص كوقيك وتوساكو أو تأخيطي أو تهي أخوك شاكو أخيدي تشه كيو تاخيك تكوناي أو تأشتخ وتاخ آيات جيدي قيخاقها أجيدي ينخسقه شياك قيلتيد جوخياك قيلتيد شياك قتيس لخيك كوكا تيستيني تاكتي تقويختي ته يستيني أوته أخيك بيتي تككتاتي لسكاتيتي أوته قينود وته يشو سقايو يسق أو قيا خوتا يقلتيد والسو ستيني تاكتي تقوتيك إيكا كوكوينك وتحكاوات كاوانود كنانود أسوقته كيتحتجو ستي وته أجوا سقط ويدخو ستي يسكوا سق ويدخو ستي دويدخو ستي يدخو ستي سق يشاوت كيتا كولا يدخو ستي جوا أتكو قستي ودو يدي كلو يحكو وتي ويسكوا لكن قد أنا وسي خيال أقا وسي يشو السقا هاتك كوتسوى إجيت هيختا خيط كنت قد سويو يخو وتدوك هاتا يكاف جيشي هاتا نكو وسي شنو خاي كوسو كشيت وسيتن كيخو يقن تسوك انت تنوكو أجيك تكا كنت سو وتشكايا كنت أقوك كشكايا كنت تلحي تنا وتيو آوات إيك وتي وتوشتا كنت قاد وتاخ كيك تاكي وقتك كدو ستن دو شنو هاينا شوطي وتاخ كتكاو وات واسو تيسين أجتها كاو وات هايو تنكو يو تاكو استيخ نسقيج أتخ نسقيج كدو وقت تشن خاوس تاناتا كقخوتي أو تيا أجيك سوا إن أو أعس كيشتاتي ولك يكتقيت يو أخوتي وأعس كتاتخ وكسكوت وإن يقول لك كيو ثقج كيو ثقة تاكو وخد كيو ثقج تسا كيو ثقج أتكوت وانا ياتي خد يشنو خاية وثقجتو أعس خانت وتتو يون يقسكو كيكو يو قاتو أنا قاتنا كو آقا أتاك سكيك توشو السقا كلاك سكيك آقا وو أتكتودو وقتك أو الهسو ويوكسا تلاك إقالك ستلاوي أسشي أسكتي أو الهسو أقاو تأتي ألو قوتك كقاوستو قوتي وتيو سقا ولاق شكا قيسا لاق شكا قيسا كيبك والسكين قناق تشاوك تتاقوا الكيت وتيوتخك شاخوي والسقيق تيوتخا كيتيت كيتا شو تالا وتيخي ساوخج شلي الوات تلاق كيتوتخاك نايا دوناق تعطيلي سوخي جتينا وواشنا هيك وتوهيتي توين أقا كانت نستا وناق كان هجل شاي خوخت كانت نستا ليلة توابشك Kaya siya nahip na utuhiti. O tato ahostando ko kay. Shkakailan na ako liyosaka. Kaya shkanalin. Kaya siya wakakta. Kayot. Atan kuto at kaya kakata kaya siya wakakta. Akawe, saya tak tahu nak sini ya. Jadi sekarang tu nak aku tu kelak. Aku ni usakawak ni cakis. Kena kata cakis. Kena kata. Akawe kita aku ni kawat tahu kis. Aku tak tahu tu ada nak cakap dia. Tu aku awak nak lihat aku kan tu aku tu nak aku tu tak. Aku tak saksa wesau sekek. Nah, kis cakap ni kata yo saka. Cakap tak kusne. Saya harus cakap tu kis. Kata kau yo tu tahan awat aku kau tu. Jenis kunci tak kesiat kus tu kau tu. Wasa tu ni. Aku tak awat aku. Kau tu aku ini wasu nak tak kau awat tu kau. Kau tahan dah. Kan yo ko kek. Oke, seperti itu Tlingit aneh. Aku sekarang aku. Itu aku hawa, kisah aku. Itu seperti itu Tlingit aneh. Ya kau tahu tak aku. Ya kau tahu tak aku. Ya kau tahu tak aku tahu kau tahu aku. Saya Tlingit aneh kita kau latih kelihasi kau ni usaka. Saya Tlingit aneh kita kau latih kelihasi kau ni. Akaw sa ako hutik dan asnikitin. Ha, kukte chakis kunui katata. Chaka katat ko ya kunui kata. Akaw sa kunui kawata wakis. Kaya sigit ane wala siya nakit. Natulok sikit ya hok ko away wayes. Wasuski ko hanuk. Awan isway. Kats katakin na yututan. Kats katakin. Kau takin ni awak hendak cun. Kiri kats tahu takin. Jadi tu awak tak tahu tak. Jauh ni awak kats tahu tak. Jadi awak tahu sakit kok. Siapa kita Tlingit anak. Jadi kaya kasih nak kuasa sedati. Kau lihat nak sen kaya kau ada. Ya, kau tu sekarang konsep saya uah. Ya kau itu kau ya wasata.
Okay, sheesh. So, talk aya yuqewatan dishkalniki. Gwell get take a gig achtuasaku itcha wujin aya kinachkach tu. Aqa awe gwell tu duqeit aya sakachtu ach. Yewe yata tu gwell chakuta aya konegach tu. Yata awe yak a just way uski atwan qanins yak a gwell yata we yanaki weshkalneek yak a shiadehini a qunakhu ak ewuti awa qachadaqasatu gwalli tuwati seqeqe qal'atk llagun anallahash danawaq echwasagu dasai tuwasagu yak khwantla tlachunach yak ye awe gwall Tlkat be Kaasgéiy ye qutlagu achtuasagu kedain aya yi tuwu ya Sunday qaq shuyi qanach aqatlaik yigig ach inkananik dasa ituasagu dat yuqaqachtitla aadé qaye qwati yak echawe kunalchi shuhan qadawusaka. Any questions before we go? So over the weekend, read through all of the Susie James stuff. Give it a good read. Circle any parts you'd like to talk about. Next Monday, we'll just read the second story that she has and probably listen to it. And then we'll probably move along. I mean, the whole thing is wonderful, but you should have carved out this hour where you listen to the entire thing. You should have read the entire thing by now. And then we'll move along to some others. I would like to do Yanaki next because it just steps out of the whole Yeich Kutak, the big long ones, to this more of a situational story. And then just think about which ones you want to do next. So I see a vote for Nyatlahash. So let's do that. So we'll read all of Susie James. We'll start next class with reading aloud. We'll try and read at a pretty good, we don't have to try and match her speed, but we'll try and just take turns and everybody read, and we'll read through her second story, which is shorter. And then we'll listen to it. Then we'll see, and we'll stop, and we'll just say, anybody got any things you want to talk about with the Susie James stuff? Wonderful, amazing, fantastic verbs, stuff like Raven fitting himself into a pine needle. There's all kinds of just really wild stuff in there in terms of concepts and grammar. It's just incredible. And then, but then we'll move along. So after that, we'll do Yaniki, then Anashahash, Yesh Kakanata. How do we access the written part? So all of the Susie James stuff is on our class website. So here's where you can listen to it. And then here's where you can download a PDF version of the story. And so what I'll do tonight is I'll put the other ones up that we'll do on Monday. I'll do it sometime. I don't know if I'll get to it tonight, but I'll try. And I'll put up, so then we'll finish Susie James. Yeah, and we just sort of touch on this stuff, but you should really be getting to know this stuff through your whole life. It should be just with you. And then I'll put Yaniki and the Anashahash stories up, and then we'll see where folks want to go from there. But that should take care of Monday. Then we'll just sort of play it by ear. We've got probably 6 or 7 classes left. I'll count them up and see, but I want to make sure that we're doing enough stuff to make you guys feel like you've got enough stuff to carry you on through the summer. I'll be putting out some more texts on like structural stuff for Tlingit, but I figured we'd just focus on this, listening to it and speaking it. So keep working on your translation things. Bring questions if you've got anything on there, including if you need help getting started. And think about the story that you're going to recite for us. If you need some notes, that's fine, but do your best to try and get off the page and just do your best. I don't expect the same depth in terms of length of it, the grammar. It could be very simplified and sort of stuff that you can manage, but also push yourself a little bit. No pressure, but just do the pace that you feel like you can do that keeps you moving forward. Dikecha? Questions? Everybody all right? Awa.
What verb she's using for clench? To clench.
Like when he grabs his bow?
Yeah.
I really like this part with his mom. Those are really important lines. Just really neat stuff. So let's see. And I like this, be still. So
Sorry, it's at the beginning when when they get murdered and he's inside the boat and the boat clenches over him.
oh, I see. Gotcha.
It's like off maybe, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's right. Let's see. Kandachau. So let's go find that one. So let's try here first.
Oh.
Don't see it there. It's probably Lear. This one doesn't go up very far, so let's go to stem list and see. See Jeff Lear telling me he's got to finish his verb notes. Let's see. Oh, it says jaw. Yeah, that's a good question.
That's okay. I'll look for it.
Yeah, it might be something that's not fully documented. And then luckily, this one was translated by Nora. So there's still all kinds of stuff out there. Like from the Raven stories, we get a few undocumented verbs, and this is probably one of them. And it comes up in other areas too. Like there's a few in here, and like with any translation project, like we're open for criticism, and one of those criticisms is going to be we took our best guess on a lot of stuff, and Nora did this, and so she knows. But after she was gone and we started working on the project, there are a number of times where we sort of said we're pretty sure that's what this means, but we had to collectively figure it out, and we were very fortunate to work with Marge and George, who did a lot of the translation work, and then Ḳeixwnéi did a lot of the reviewing and stuff for us, and we're just really lucky to have that. But yeah, I think it means to bite down and to kind of break something because we see it in some other areas. I do think it has something to do with clenching the jaws together really hard. Ah, Nick A. Okay, wish you got to Steen Tlingit.